That's one of the things I say behind your back, is I always say I call you the law. Yeah, I do that.
I've always wanted that, but I could never. It's not something you can ask for, you know.
That's what I call you. It's not usually like I'd be like, oh, have you talked to the law? And people know who I'm talking about.
So
I know.
authoritative.
It sounds cool. It sounds really cool. Uh, have you ever wanted an owl as a pet? Because I have.
A little bit.
I've always wanted an owl as a pet.
Uh, I think what would bother me about an owl is that they are very cute and seemingly have a lot of personality, but I'd have to make do with the fact that they would probably in no way be emotional. Like they would never fly to you. And
It's like a horse.
yeah, yes,
I guess maybe all animals can exhibit emotion, but some animals do it better than others, like dogs.
very much. Yeah, yeah. I mean, dogs are bred to love us. They have to.
No, I'm not wearing a long sleeve shirt. Not for $1 million. No. I work from home now, so I have a tank top on. That's the way it goes.
Tank top and well, you always wore shorts anyway. Do you have like?
Always, yeah.
Do you have even more casual shorts that you just?
Yeah, these are my gym shorts.
Nice.
These are more casual than normal shorts. These are not like my other shorts are my dress shorts.
How many days in a row have you worn those shorts?
I just washed them on Sunday, so 3 days. 3 days in a row.
I didn't expect it to be that high.
It
I mean,
is,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, absolutely. So, well, but I only wear them. So generally, I only wear them for the time that I stream. So
Okay.
I wear them like the 4 hours of the time that I stream.
Makes sense.
I know it's still gross. Not as
Nah.
gross. Not as gross.
You're living your best life.
But
Discord dispatched.
hi, chat.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. So if you want, you can click through
Oh.
your tab as well. You can look at that one.
Oh
Um,
right, yeah.
You can look through your chat as well.
Let me see if I can do something fancy.
Oh, you may have to refresh to see. I guess it doesn't
It's
matter.
going.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Wait, is that me?
No,
Oh,
that's
it says
me.
hosting though.
You
but-
can log me out if you'd like.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We are here just chatting with you, the internet.
What's up, Zach?
Oh,
Any
there you
advice for recovering cuckold? Ooh, that's tough.
They're saying that because of the cuck sketch that
Yeah.
just ran today.
Maybe. Well, you have to practice not being disgusted by penetrating your wife. So maybe have her in the room while I don't know, you fuck a hot dog or something.
Are you disgusted though? Is that is that really?
No, I think cuckolding is just in. I think it's like in my most permissive, I see cuckoldry as like it's like watching porn starring someone you love.
That's kind of what I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you. See, for me though, it would be impossible to not shove the other guy out of the way
Yeah, let me in there.
and be like, get the fuck out of my house, and then have sex with.
Kind of.
Like-
Yeah, it's I mean, I do enjoy when people like try to pitch it as no, it's the ultimate act of love. I don't need to be possessive of my wife. Anybody can. I just enjoy seeing her enjoy herself.
No.
I don't know. I've always been a bit creeped out because I think there is adjacency to like, oh, this girl looks like my ex and it's hot. Like seeing her get railed, and I'm like, I don't want to see anyone that I've ever been in love with or anyone that looks like them just getting just plowed. I don't want that.
In love, yeah, that's the difference though. In love with versus like somebody that maybe you're just like, oh well, we had a fling, and then
Okay.
later on, that you see them having sex and you're like, well, it was a fling, no big deal, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's just a purely like animal thing, I could see why you're like,
Yeah.
that she was hot and I banged her. Hey, there she is getting banged again. All right.
All right, there we go.
Oh, all right.
Done and done. Lawrence, have you played new Call of Duty yet?
Yeah, actually, I haven't played the campaign nearly as much as I like because I am a huge fan of Call of Duty campaigns. But I
Me
played a
too.
couple of rounds of multiplayer. I actually really enjoy it.
Multiplayer is fine. It's COD. I just played 5 hours of it today.
It's got a bit of a different flavor. I mean, for me at least, I feel like time to kill is super short.
It is.
And
It is, yeah.
oh man, Sarah Beatty is Betty. Anyway,
I don't
she's fucking hilarious. Jeez. Yeah, I like following her on Twitter like 2 years ago, and just
I've never heard of her.
occasionally, I think she's a comedy writer, but occasionally just really solid burns. Kala says, why is cucking so weird? I really don't think that it is.
I don't know that it's weird. It's just a thing that some people do.
I mean, it's pretty weird, right?
Well, okay, all right. How about this? It's weirder than the norm of a man having sex with his wife, missionary style.
Well, let's. I guess we can take this by degrees, because my favorite thing is to break down something that's weird and find the moment it gets weird. Is it weird to watch someone you're in love with masturbate?
No,
Okay. Is it weird to also masturbate while they're masturbating?
No.
Is it weird to watch them use toys and masturbate to that?
No.
Okay. Is it weird to watch them watching porn and masturbate to that?
No.
Okay.
You haven't included another human yet.
We're getting there. Porn is watching other people.
Sure.
They're just not in the room.
Yeah, but they're not in the room,
Well,
and
okay,
they have no stake in
It's
what's
the
happening.
steps. It's the steps. All right. All right.
What's next? What's the next step without bringing someone in?
You're in a hotel room,
Uh-huh.
and you hear people next door having sex,
Uh-huh.
and your partner gets turned on by that and starts masturbating,
Okay.
and you masturbate to watching your partner masturbate to other people having sex.
Sure, that's fine. Then.
That's fine?
That's not weird, yeah.
Okay, still not weird. All right. Ooh, I guess the step above would be like direct visuals.
Oh, okay, all right. So like they're watching someone else in person.
Yeah,
They're watching two people have sex.
like maybe some friends.
And then they're turned on, and then you're masturbating with that person who's masturbating to the.
You're turned
There
on by
are a lot of
watching your
steps
wife
here.
watch other people have sex in person that you know.
I think at that point then it becomes weird because then we're into the people you know territory.
Oh, that's really good. Hold on. What about watching your partner's sex tape with previous partners?
I would never do that. That's weird.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that, to me, is weird. Again,
Well-
this is just to me. This isn't to like the whole world.
I feel like one of the cornerstones of cuckoldry though is that you don't have any relationship or knowledge of the bull.
Oh, okay.
It's just somebody that you're recruiting off Craigslist.
That's true. That's valid. Yeah. So
Somebody you run into at the Taco Bell and things just work.
but I think, generally speaking, if
I
then
gotta finish this tweet.
no, please go ahead. If then that person is someone that you don't know, but they're still having sex with your significant other, it shouldn't. This is one of those things that I truly believe in, and I've heard this said from a number of people, including therapists. A little bit of jealousy is okay. Like, you're supposed to be a little bit jealous if, for example, your significant other's getting hit on,
Yeah.
and they're out in the wild, like, you know, grabbing a drink, and you see it like a dude hitting on your girl, and you're like, hey,
Come on, man.
like, whoa. And you get a little jealous. Like, obviously you're not like throwing punches or anything or like yelling curses, but it's more of just like, you kind of like go over and be like, hey, you know, like sort of be like, hey, my girl over here. I think that's healthy. I think that's a little bit healthy. And I feel like cuckolding just throws jealousy out the window. Like, there's no jealousy.
Mm-hmm. It's a complete abandonment of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just for me. Again, I speak only of myself. I don't speak of everybody in the world.
Do you think
Yes.
it's possible to have a healthy, long-term relationship without any mutual agreement of exclusivity of any kind?
I think people do it, but I have yet to see it in my actual life. I know a lot of people that have tried and failed, but I don't know anybody that's actually doing it and succeeding. I don't know that. Do you know anybody personally that?
I mean, I don't ever ask anyone about those things. It's possible that I'm surrounded by couples that are just going fuck wild. I don't really talk about that with anybody. So I
That's okay.
I couldn't say. I don't have a solid sample set.
It's a thing that I think, because I've talked with people about this, and people that are in open relationships or whatever, polyamorous, and they're like, yeah, we're trying it. And what I've heard is, if it comes in the middle of a relationship, then it's probably not going to work. So like, you have a normal monogamous relationship, and then a few years or whatever months into it, one of the people goes, hey, let's try polyamorous, or let's try an open relationship. That's bad. That's a bad sign. But if you start the relationship that way, I bet there's probably a larger chance of succeeding. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure that you could like get married and have an open relationship and have kids and stuff. That might be a little odd, but you know,
That's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy to think.
these are all my opinions, not Lawrence's or anybody else's. I don't want anybody to be like, Bruce thinks this. Like, it's more of just like, this is what I think, and this is my experience in life, but not necessarily a rule or anything. You know?
I guess the human condition is so broad and complicated. It's possible it works for some people, but
No, it is.
yeah, I would say by and large, I don't know. I'm certainly not wired that way.
I'm not either. Yeah.
I definitely get to the point where when I dedicate mentally, emotionally to one person, there are parts of my brain that just shut down. And frankly, they're honestly really, really hard to turn back on. Look at the little guy.
Oh, jeez.
Man, this is when the beat drops.
I think you and I, I know, I think you and I are actually pretty similar.
Yeah.
I think that's because that's the way I am too. It's I just shut down and go, okay, I am in a monogamous relationship now. That is the way it goes.
It's just so much easier.
I mean,
I guess
certainly can be, yeah.
I hate to pitch it like that because being in a relationship shouldn't be an act of convenience. Just like, here's one thing I don't have to worry about.
Oh, no, I don't think of it that way. It's just
Yeah.
more of like I'm glad that I don't have to worry about it. Instead, I can put my energy into, you know, making a relationship work with one person.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
but again, not everybody's like us.
Nope.
Not everybody's like us. There are a
Probably
lot of people out there making things work that are totally different.
Let's see. This is interesting. As a girl, I know cucking isn't a thing one person wants and the other person just goes along with. It's a mutual thing.
That makes sense.
I mean, it ought to be.
Yeah.
I can't imagine I mean, the bull probably has the easiest run of it. Just come in, get your $50, have sex with somebody.
And then bail, yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard to imagine either party in that situation just being like, I'll try it. I feel like that you're either all in or you're not in that circumstance.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels good. That feels nice.
Are you into these power washing things?
Is that a thing?
I mean, oh yeah, absolutely.
Power
porn.
washing porn. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. I
Yeah.
might be.
Does this make you feel good?
It's more like I think it's shades of something else. So Stephanie is a fan of extractions.
What's that? Like teeth? What?
Are you familiar with the work of one Dr. Sandra Lee?
Oh, the pimple popper.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not. Is that an extraction?
Yeah. They're called extractions. So I feel like this is something similar.
Yeah, it is. It kind of is.
Yeah. Pimple popping is so gross. Hey, some people love it, I guess.
You know
It's cathartic.
you know what the grossest part of pimple popping is? I mean, really, truthfully, I'm asking.
Oh,
Do you know what it is?
I mean,
I'm curious to see what you say.
I don't know that there's a whole.
There's one disgusting part of it that no one ever thinks about. You know
The
what it is?
smell?
The smell.
Oh,
Because the smell apparently smells like the worst dead skin that comes out from underneath your toenail. Have you ever gotten that where you're like cleaning your toenails out and you sniff it?
I have a little bit. I mean, for me, it's just like
disgusting.
it's like musty. It's swampy.
Ugh.
I imagine there's that. For me, the worst part of the videos is when like there's somebody comes in with a whole crop, and then you got to work quick. So there's a lot of like cramming stuff out of somebody's face and then just scraping it off on your hand and then going again, and then eventually there's this whole ridge of just stuff.
Ugh. It stinks.
Yeah, probably. But
It
I would
makes
like
me
to.
gag to think about it.
It's bad. I'd like to believe that Dr. Sandra Lee also. Do you think someone in that position? I guess to a degree this is related to cuckolding a bit. Do you think somebody in that position could enjoy their work, or do they have to be pretty clinical about it?
Oh, they have to enjoy their work. If they do it all the time, like day in, day out. If they're a doctor, like imagine like an OBGYN, like
Maybe they're just the best, and they're like, well, it's time to go squeeze more shit out of people's faces.
that might be right. They're just really good at it, but they don't want to do it.
Or they're just, they can take it or leave it. Their real passion is, putting together jigsaw puzzles or something.
I mean, I don't know. I think that doctors, lawyers, those sorts of people, I think that's their passion. I think that that's what they do. They go on and they, like every day, this is the thing that they know that they were meant to do, and they enjoy what they're doing. I doubt that a doctor would do it for 30 or 40 years and be like, yeah, you know what? I was only clocking in, just taking a paycheck. Like
That's a good point, yeah.
Generally, it's because they want to like save lives and help people.
Oh,
So.
Combust Lemon says, what Bruce said to me, or what Bruce said just happened to me while I was using a pumice stone in the bath.
It popped a pimple?
I think he scraped off a bunch of toe or a bunch of feet stuff.
It stinks. It stinks. It smells like the worst rotten eggs you've ever had.
I feed up so much extra dead skin and calluses, I got a razor and tried to cut it off myself. Nice.
I don't know that you're supposed to do that. A friend of mine used to, when he would get cuts, Dan, actually, you know Dan, my best friend.
Yeah?
He would get cuts like, road rash or razor burn or not on razor burn, but like road rash. And then he would bleach it because he said it wouldn't cause scars and it would heal faster. And I was like,
That doesn't feel right.
I
I mean,
don't
did
know.
it work?
No? I don't really know. I never verified. Is that true?
I feel like bleach is not supposed to go on the human skin ever for any reason.
I don't think you're supposed to, like...
I don't think there's any circumstance in which bleach is good.
Sounds dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Like, your chat's saying to me, I always thought I was like, you shouldn't do that.
No, please don't do that. Well, I mean, he seems fine.
I mean, he is fine. He's
His
a
arms
firefighter.
didn't melt off. Yeah.
And I feel like, and also now he's an EMT, so he knows everything about the human body. I think that, but this was back when he was like 16. It was a long time.
Oh, okay.
So for me, I was always like, why do that?
And can't argue with the results.
I don't know if there were results. I really don't know.
He's living his best life out there. Oh yeah, I brought a secret weapon. I'm gonna become an energy drink guy. I feel like Jesus Christ. Need to work on my brand. I need more things, so I'm gonna be an energy drink dude. I'm always gonna be drinking energy drinks. That's me now.
I don't know if you should. That's terrible for your heart.
Oh,
So you can have one, but just don't drink them all the time.
well, you gotta step on the gas.
Didn't you have coffee today too?
Huh?
I know you love coffee.
I've been backing off on that
Oh.
because of the stomach issues.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So-
Well, wait, those can't be good for stomach issues either. All right, chat. You're watching a man kill himself.
I'm doing it for the brand. I'm doing it for my
You're
clout.
watching a man kill himself.
I got to get good at video games, and this is how to do it. Also, I got to admit, Death Stranding got in my head a little bit. So,
What do you mean? What does that have to do with it?
there's a lot of Monster Energy drink in that game. I don't think that's a spoiler. Maybe it is. Damn it, I just violated. Well,
Monster Energy, like actual brand.
whatever. It's weird, dude.
That's a product integration for sure.
Maybe?
100%.
Maybe?
They wouldn't have included a logo otherwise.
I could see Kojima just really liking Monster Energy drink. And that's it. That's all.
Okay. All right. I mean, I would never have guessed. Although this is Kojima.
Oh,
So-
okay, Zach. Okay, good. You know about it. Oh, wait. Please tell me that that's public information and I didn't just
I'm sure
get
it's-
myself in Sony
I'm
prison.
sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh yeah, Calorie Mate. That's right. There's been all sorts of weird stuff in Kojima games.
There's a one thing. Well, is Calorie Mate? Is that real?
It's public. Yeah, in Metal Gear Solid 3, you got like era appropriate Calorie Mate,
Oh,
which is apparently delicious, but I haven't had it yet.
Twitch chat. I'm going to talk to you right. I'm going to address you right now. I'm talking directly to you. If the streamer, for example, Lawrence in this case, gets a little panicked about how he may have violated an NDA, he didn't. But if he did it, don't pile on him. Don't dog pile on him and go like, oh my gosh, TOS, NDA, you're going to jail, blah, 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 blah. This is something that I see a lot when I'm streaming.
Oh,
Whereas, like,
oh, people just want a good drama. So, on my part, sometimes I lean into that. If I'm being honest.
what do you do?
I mean, I'd be like, oh my god, did I just? Oh my god, did I just? Oh my god, I'm so worried. I'm so worried.
Do you like
I'm
leave?
not worried about it. I don't think Sony's gonna fucking bust through the windows and put me in their Sony van and drive me out in the middle of the desert and put
No,
a
they're
bullet
not
in
gonna-
my head.
They're not going to do that.
What the fuck did you say about Death Stranding? You son of a bitch. We
But-
run this town.
And for a long time, I used-
Waterboarding me.
I
I
used
didn't say anything.
Twitch chat would, like, if you were gonna die, like in a video game or whatever, long before you're dead, they would write F. F
Oh,
F,
yeah,
F,
okay.
F. And I'm like,
They're trying to get you
Guys.
tilted, dude.
yeah, guys, why do that? Hey, positive reinforcement.
Nah, let it bounce off you.
Positive reinforcement.
Wallow in it. Invite it. Celebrate it.
But wait, hold on. Shouldn't we encourage people to be positive and
Twitch
happy?
chat should be your enemy. Defy their expectations at any moment.
Would it be?
Ask them to believe the worst in you, and then slap them in the face with your dick when they're wrong.
That's the way my friend Boone streams.
Yeah?
He bans his chat almost every day. He picks somebody and bans them
Just for fun?
just for fun.
Just for the God complex?
And for me, yeah, Parastream, you're right. F isn't exactly not positive. Sometimes
respects,
it's
yeah.
sometimes it's positive. Sometimes it is. I think from a good chat like my chat, generally it's pretty positive. But I have seen it in a negative aspect. I'm like, hey, guys, encourage me. Encourage the streamer. Say, you know what, streamer, you're going to do a great job. We're here to see you do great. Why not that?
I think that's ideal, but I do think that
Oh yeah, no, they love seeing you die.
yeah,
They
and
love
I'm
it.
okay with that. Anything, we're here to entertain. But
Well, yeah.
there's got to be. I guess it's too complicated, but I would love some sort of. I'm sure there's been sociological studies to this, but like when audiences get big enough, just like when the vibe turns sour, because man, big chats are wild on Twitch. I've wondered about that. I'm sure you thought a lot about that, Bruce. When you become the #1 Twitch streamer,
Number
will
one,
you-
all the
will
way to the
you-
top.
Will you ever miss the cozy environment of having like a 600, 700, 800 viewer streamer?
I mean, yeah, I'm not even there yet. It's more like 400 or 500, but yeah, like I will definitely miss that. Although I've noticed that even when the viewer number goes up, sometimes chat's still they're just chilling, they're just hanging out,
So you got bots.
which I think is
If you bought him, dude.
I didn't buy any bots, dude.
Maybe somebody else did.
What do you mean somebody else did?
Maybe somebody knew it was your birthday. Wanted to get you a little present.
Did you buy me bots for my birthday?
Maybe I got you bots for your birthday.
Fuck. Don't do that, man.
Why not? Why not? Hey, F in chat for Bruce's bots.
F in chat for those bots.
Because now that I said it, Bruce is going to get TOS banned. So.
That's not my... But I didn't buy those bots.
Oh, well. It's in your name.
Did you see that one streamer... One of my favorite things now is to read the news about streamers because it's awesome.
So many Fs.
And it's like, yeah, oh, absolutely. If you tell chat to F, they're going to F all over them. There was one streamer that was like... it was joking. I forget. He's really funny. He was joking, but he was like... He accidentally pulled up his Twitch bot control panel.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then left. And then he ran back and said, oh shit. I forget who it was. It was really funny. But having talked to friends of mine, the Attack bought Twitch bots for a while.
Oh yeah, that was the whole thing.
Then they got exposed in the whole deal.
Yeah, they went from like 150 to 2,500 viewers overnight, and that was weird.
Well, it was interesting because I've talked to them about it, and they're always like, yeah, we just felt like we didn't have a choice otherwise.
And if you try everything you can, and to be frank, like I remember watching the Attack and being like, this is not a bad show.
No, it wasn't bad.
The time slot was a little weird for a live stream, I guess, but Gasmaster, we can't see this chat. Your $1 is very valued. Thank you.
We definitely see a Gas Smasher.
Yeah, it was weird because it was the best shot, right? If people say they missed Attack of the Show, it was right there. It was right there, and nobody watched it. I guess same old story, right?
Same old deal. I mean, like, well, it was the same thing with just like Twitch and YouTube. You got to grind it out. You got to sit there and pay your dues. You got to be doing it for a couple of years, 2-3 years. You're going to build some viewers up. So, Sniping Monkey said there are a lot of viewers that are too shy or keep this stream up on their side monitor. Yeah. Absolutely.
Dude, that is 100% me.
Yeah.
There's like, I've been lucky enough to find a couple of streamers who I really vibe with, and I think I've said like 4 things in their chats over the last 6 years. So, I'm a Twitch lurker for real.
I think I am too. I mean, most people are. I feel like, right? Generally.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
That's fine. I mean, that's kind of like Twitch content is ideal for that. It is background noise. It is side screen stuff.
It is.
There are some streams that I watch with rapt attention, but not too many. Like GDQ, I will dedicate my attention to, but
I know I've seen you do it.
If only if there were less downtime between streams, that would be awesome.
What do you mean by that? Oh, for HDQ?
Yeah, I mean the setup blocks are a little long, but I get it. Like using old hardware, and that's a massive production, so they need buffer time to let people kind of chill. Nope. Oh yeah.
Did he break it?
Tom Holland's doing cool stuff again. Whatever. That's fine. He just unscrewed it.
He's the coolest, man. It doesn't matter.
Everything he does is cool. Look at the denim jacket. Look at that hair. Damn you, Tom Holland.
You're long past that point of ever being that cool, Lauren.
I've thought a lot about that.
Long past it.
I don't want anything in my life to be a surprise. So I always try to make sure I know exactly what phase I'm at and the things that I cannot do anymore. Because I don't want to have that moment where I turn 40 and then freak out and like try to reclaim all the things that I missed out on. And it's also a practice of just like making sure I don't miss out on opportunities when they're there. Of just like telling myself I have time. And being like, oh, I don't have time. I can't be Spider-Man anymore. Well, maybe I could be like pot-bellied Enter the Spider-Verse Spider-Man.
The real question is, could you have ever been Spider-Man? See, like,
no.
That was something that when I turned 18, I learned, what am I talking, 18? 16, I realized I would never play professional basketball. I was like, because I really liked basketball when I was a kid. And I remember trying out for it in my high school and being like, hell yeah, here I go. Because I was relatively tall for my age. And I was like, I'm going to be high school basketball team, college basketball, pro basketball, all the way to the top. All the way to the top. Tried out for, it was like junior varsity basketball in high school. Immediately did not make the team. Right away. And the coach, I remember the coach was like, well, these are the things you need to work on. And when I left, I was like, I guess I'm never going to be a basketball player.
At least you made the choice.
I mean, I did. I made it realistic.
Yeah.
Like, I realized, I was like, instead I tried out for tennis.
How'd that work?
I made it to the...
Hell yeah.
I think I made it to the varsity tennis team.
Tennis is easier than basketball. Confirmed.
I was maybe better at it, or there were less people on.
Maybe.
Probably there were less people, because my high school was relatively good at basketball.
Okay.
Like, there were people that were really good at it.
Well, if you're going to make it to the NBA, you got to compete with the best.
And I couldn't.
Oh.
I couldn't. Although, there are other people. Have you seen the story of was it a pitcher. It's not the Invincible story. Did you ever see the movie Invincible?
Oh yeah. Mark
Where
Wahlberg or whatever.
Mark Wahlberg gets onto the Eagles. That's a thing that happens. There was just recently that exact story. I think it was about a pitcher in Major League Baseball who he was 37 years old and could throw a ball really fucking fast. And he became a pitcher.
Man,
I know. It's awesome.
there's still time.
You could become Spider.
I could be Spider-Man.
I don't know that you could become Spider-Man in a Marvel movie. Maybe you could.
There are plot arcs. There are versions of Spider-Man, and Spider-Verse got close to this, or actually literally did get close to this. But there are versions of Spider-Man that are about my age and life situation. But I'm topping out real quick.
That's true.
I think. I mean, some of my favorite Spider-Mans, even when I was a teenager, was he was a high school teacher, and he was in his late 30s.
Okay.
And it was a cooler perspective. So much of the Marvel stuff has just been tiny boy Spider-Man, which is fine. I never even really liked that much, but I guess they got to have an insert for the teens and preteens in the Marvel universe.
They could do. I mean, if they had a Spider-Verse. Remember in Spider-Verse they had an old Spider-Verse Spider-Man who was kind of had a pot belly.
Yeah, that's kind of the Spider-Man I could be.
We could do that.
I could be Pizza Time Spider-Man.
What's Pizza Time Spider-Man?
Spider-Man 2.
Oh
pizza?
yeah. Have you been seeing the recuts
Pizza
of the
time.
Spider-Man trailers where they recut Spider-Man into the Joker? It's great. So he basically he looks like an insane person because those movies are so bad, and I've always maintained that those movies are bad.
Oh, the
ever
Sam
since
Raimi
I
ones?
saw them, yeah. Ever since I saw them, I
1
said
and
they were
3,
bad.
yes, but
Two's not bad. Two's not bad.
Two's good, right?
Two's not bad. But 1 and 3 are garbage. When I saw 1 in theaters, I went, "That was a bad movie," and
Yeah,
everybody else
1 is
walked
not
out and
good.
they're like, "It was amazing." And I was like, "Oh."
So this is something that I've been reminded of recently, and I'm still mad about. The scene where Green Goblin's fighting Spider-Man. I know.
Which one? First one?
Spider-Man 1. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1. And they're fighting in New York, and he's punching each other, and then they fly into this church, and they hit the stained glass window,
Yeah.
but the lattice work stops them, so they just go splat, and all the glass flies in.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that was such a weird scene, because then it cuts to this close up of these two wobbly dudes, and he elbows them, and it just is weird. It's such a weird flow to an action sequence to go from flying on stuff to just splat into a wall. Usually you hit and you tumble and
You
slow
roll,
down.
and then you slow down. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just such a jarring thing. And I remember seeing it in the trailer and being like, that's weird. It'll probably be something else in the movie.
It wasn't.
And then I saw the movie and it was like, no, they just stop.
Well, I mean, that's because I don't know that Sam Raimi knows how to make that sort of action movie. He obviously knows how to make an action movie.
I mean, the action stuff in Spider-Man 2 was
it's better.
ace, though. I thought it was super good.
Better. It got better.
And then 3 was really bad again.
Bruce, I felt that way about Man of Steel. Man of Steel's not a very good movie either, unfortunately. I liked it, but it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I like the idea of Man of Steel so much more than the execution.
Yes, I did too.
Trying to figure out what would happen. It's weird because you hit a certain impasse at some point. Of what if Clark Kent didn't know he was an alien, right? And he's an outsider in the world, but he's a normal dude. He's just a dude, right? But then he figures out that he's a superpowered alien. And then how do you figure that out? And that's you don't. And turns out he's just Superman the whole time, and he never really has an issue with it. He just stares inspirationally into the sunset, learns how to fly, and then he's Superman. Because you can't have Superman be morally conflicted in any way. That makes him not Superman. So yeah, having him be the main character of a movie is tough. But man, that score, huh?
Well,
that soundtrack.
That's the best part of the movie.
And that was the closest you kind of got to seeing a live action Dragon Ball Z sequence when he's just chain punching Zod.
Punching each other in the air. Yeah,
fucking sick.
That's cool. But wait a minute, hold on, Lawrence. You forgot about the live action Dragon Ball Z movie.
Oh, I did, didn't I? I want that movie should be more enjoyable than it is. Not in a good way. I mean, in a bad way.
And it stars Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, who's pretty great.
Who is Piccolo?
James
King
Marsters.
Piccolo?
Yeah, he's not bad.
Woof. His makeup was awful, though.
His makeup is awful.
And when they made him, pale white, I don't know. There are moments in that movie where I can see some divinity. Who is Roshi? That is one, Chow Yun-Fat.
Ooh.
I remember,
that's right.
There was a whole thing where, Chow Yun-Fat was a huge fan of Dragon Ball. And there was when that project was in its infancy, he was like, "Yep, I want to be Master Roshi, hell yeah!" And then the project came together and it was looking worse and worse and worse, and he was still like, "Well, I said I'd do it." So
it's good for him.
Yeah, no, Chow Yun-Fat is actually a rad dude. If you ever look at interviews with him, he rides the bus. He lives very meagerly, and he donates all of his money away.
Really?
Yeah, He seems like a super cool dude.
A lot of people when I was streaming were asking if I was in danger of the fires,
Oh yeah,
and
it's getting closer.
in Los Angeles, I don't know that I'm ever in danger of a
Yeah,
fire
there's not enough to burn.
because I mean, like if there is a city fire, then we're all fucked.
Mm.
But I'm like in the dead center of the city. I think kind of you are too. You're surrounded by buildings. So,
Yeah.
So if there's a fire in Los Angeles that's devouring buildings, then we're all fucked. It's the same with an earthquake. If there's an earthquake in Los Angeles that's destroying homes and buildings and
Yeah.
stuff here, everybody's fine. Like,
I got a bucket to shit in. I'll be fine.
well, yeah, I mean, but you like to think that even if that kind of stuff happens, like if power gets cut or whatever, most people will be cool for a couple of days. Hopefully society maintains for a few days before like people pull their guns out and start looting other
Well,
houses.
yeah. What was it? The Northridge earthquake. Like there were riots immediately, right?
I think so. That's what your girlfriend said, right?
Yeah. She was like, her brother had to sleep with a gun in front of the door because
Jeez.
people were going around looting houses.
Man.
I think it was the second night.
Yeah, the second night. Because I don't know how long power was out for that Northridge quake. But
I mean, there was also the New York power outage. I think in the late '70s, where like within an hour, rioting had already started. So, but that was the '70s, man. People were savage.
when's the next big earthquake gonna hit? Nobody knows.
Yeah, the big one.
They try to predict, but they don't know. There's been a lot of movement on the faults around here.
Yeah,
So.
it's crazy. Like, it's tough for human beings to really wrap our heads around it. But we are such a nothing on the Earth's time scale, so we're due. But as far as the Earth's concerned, that could be tomorrow or 5,000 years from now. That's still like right now, as far as the Earth is concerned. So
That's true.
it makes our tiny lives a little harder to navigate. I think that kind of lends into the fatalism of it. You're like, well, who knows? So fuck it. We'll just keep putting up giant apartment buildings. Why not? Why not? Yeah. Wait, what's to stop? Because everyone's gonna die.
Yeah, we got to do what we got to do, Lawrence. We're humans.
I mean, yeah, there's regulations to make buildings somewhat earthquake proof, but if
But also, I mean, we got to develop. That's what we do.
we have to build on a fault line,
We can't.
we can't just stop.
We can't Thanos. We can't kill a bunch of people just because we think it's
No, the Earth will do that.
The Earth is gonna
and
do
our
it
lack
for
of
us.
planning
Yeah, no,
and
it's-
inability. Well, it's mostly the inability of getting everyone to obey a good idea.
Yes.
I mean, same with carbon
Like
shit
vaccination?
now. Yeah, vaccination. Yeah, you have to make it a law, and then you have to punish everyone and deal with their whining for years. And to some degree, like. That's what I find so fascinating about representative democracy. Oh boy, we're getting into deep shit already.
Democracy. All right.
Well, I love that, like, at some point, like, the founding fathers, the writers of the Constitution were so smart because they were like, even if something is better for people, you can't make them do it unless they choose to do it. Or,
That's right.
like, accept the majority that most people wanted this to happen. So, hold on. I want to see a distracted
what-
driver
yeah.
get fucked. Yep, good stuff, good stuff.
What's going on? I mean, he's gonna slam into something, right?
I hope so.
What, was he on the phone?
It looked like it. Then it went into
Oh,
potato bit rate.
that's the police.
Oh,
He
okay.
got pulled over.
All right, that's sick.
There we go. Sorry, go ahead.
Uh,
Democracy.
yeah. That like even and it's always that weird thing of like, well, would a dictator be okay if they actually ruled fairly? But that's still not okay.
That's
like,
not a real thing, though.
it's not.
Because even if they think they're ruling fairly, they think it, but not everybody does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even if everyone theoretically knows the right thing to do, you can't get everyone to do it unless you have a system in which fairness is the like core principle. And I don't know. It's neat to think about how smart people were, and thought ahead really well, and then. Oh, we have a pretty good system now. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where it's easier to find the fault in the systems we have, but to try to think of something better kind of requires a massive ignorance of all the problems that those systems are there to solve.
That's the hardest part.
Uh.
Is thinking of something. Because I mean, like, I've spent some time trying to think of better systems for certain things, and like, that was part of my job for a long time when I was running a business. Was doing that, thinking of better ways. But and then sometimes, in my opinion, I was like, oh well, there's no better way. Guess we got to do it this way. But that's what I would do. And then even then, other people, my silver bullet was always that other people would come up to me like, oh, this idea, and I'd be like, you're right. How did I never think of that? So I think that's what democracy's great at, is at getting a lot of people's ideas and putting them all together and being like, hey, let's try this. Whereas a monarchy or communism generally is usually a specific group of people or one person that's like, it is going to be this way. And then everyone's like, but that's that's going to be bad for millions of us. And they're like, nope, it's that way. Sorry. That doesn't ever make for happy people.
Well, it's yeah, but what happens when you run into a situation? Well, there's a lot of dimension to this, but for the sake of simplicity,
Yeah.
let's say that society is facing a known and approaching danger. I think in this case we can say like global warming or carbon.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, like building on a fault line or building New Orleans below sea level in a swamp. There are some ideas that at the time we didn't know.
Yeah.
Now we do. If the group either explicitly or implicitly says it's worth the risk or we're okay, maybe not even okay accepting the consequences, just like we don't want to even think about the consequences and we'd rather just things go the way they are. Is it okay to respect that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, it might be really irresponsible.
Maybe. But if people vote for irresponsibility, then that's what they get. And that's the only way it can happen. Right? That's the principle of democracy. Yeah.
Democracy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's the thing that I've been. It's been an interesting process to try to make myself okay with. Is that the only way, even if it's not ideal, is that everyone has to come to some kind of consensus, whether that's voting or like knowing that the society you're in depends on you being okay with the things that the majority vote for, which is intense. Anyway, I thought. We got to keep it light. Actually,
Dizzy Light said 69 is the most overrated sex act.
I don't know about that.
I disagree, actually.
Most overrated.
I think it's
hold
pretty
on.
rad.
Wait. Overrated. So overrated doesn't mean bad. It just means overrated.
I don't think it's overrated, though. I think it's great.
You think it's appropriately rated? It's great.
Yes.
Well, that means it's appropriately rated. Okay, then yeah,
You're
your
allowed to
disagreement is
say
fair.
that's appropriately rated.
I think there might be other things that are overrated. Hand jobs? I mean, those are nice.
I don't know. I don't know that anybody wants a hand job. So here's the thing. Here's a good question for you. Would you rather have a hand job or nothing? It has to be a hand job or nothing. This is a question that a friend of mine said over and over. No, I'd rather have nothing than a hand job. And I would say hand job every time. Because generally that means to orgasm.
Yeah.
So for me, nothing is not an orgasm. So
Anal is overrated. I could see that. I feel.
Hand job or nothing? Which one are you picking?
I mean, I feel like I want to ask all these qualifying questions, but that's not the spirit
There's no
of
qualifying questions. It's just hand job or nothing. You get to get a hand job or you get nothing. Which one do you want? It's tough. It's a tough one.
I'd take the hand job, but
Me too. Every time.
I feel like knowing myself, I would take the hand job like 2 or 3 times and then be like,
And then afterwards you'd be like,
I'm good. I'll take care of it myself. It's like, I don't know.
You could, because then you could just do it on your own.
Yeah. And then I know exactly the rhythm, the pulsing is required.
I still maintain that my friend, I forget who it was, but my friend had bad hand jobs.
Yeah. I think that's mostly it. I mean, that's not life. I didn't like blue cheese for the longest time because I just had really bad blue cheese.
Oh yeah,
That's not a sex move.
All of a sudden you like.
But
all
I
of a
mean, it
sudden
probably
you
is.
You like blue cheese?
I don't like it, but I appreciate it. I think it works in certain combos with certain things. I wouldn't just like take a slice and put it on a cracker. But for the longest time, my association with blue cheese was just like old country buffet blue cheese dressing.
Oh, that's like the worst blue cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought that's what blue cheese was.
Oh, yeah, that's what Witch Hunter had just asked. What about blue cheese dressing?
Oh, I mean, there's probably good blue cheese dressing somewhere, but it's not, it's not in a chilled tub next to the ranch in Thousand Island.
Yeah.
Maybe it is, but probably not.
The blue cheese also smells like that stuff that comes out of a pimple.
Yeah. Smells like your feet.
Ugh. Yuck. Do you ever blue cheese a girl? No.
You should.
No, I don't know that you should.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should.
Gosh.
Why? You want to die without dripping blue cheese on somebody?
Oh, you're saying putting blue cheese on someone and
I don't
eating it
know.
off them?
I was trying to come up with some kind of verb that had mysterious implications about what blue cheesing is. Didn't get there in time. Oh, this energy drink's letting me down. I thought this was going to be my brand.
What do you mean? How would it turn into your brand? Would you turn into like some, badass gamer?
Yeah.
Epic gamer moment?
Send me one of those little mini fridges.
You have to start talking with slang like pog and
Oh.
a Monka S, Monka W.
Oh man. Okay. I will.
You got to start saying those things.
I will do that.
All right.
Lars lads, you guys in to hard? Hey, hard pog. Let's drop an F on that mini fridge I don't have.
And you have to start saying TM.
To what?
So TM, I believe.
Trademark?
Yeah. Chad, is TM, does it actually stand for trademark? Because generally it's just like you did something and then you're like, something TM. So you're like, holy shit, I just fucking headshotted that dude, TM.
I guess that's people trying to trademark their slogans or something.
Yeah, it's because I assumed it was trademark, but
Soon
it's
TM? Okay, I get that. I like that.
um.
That's late. You guys are lazy. All right. Hold Alt on your numpad.
Oh yeah.
Hold Alt. Do 01153.
Let me see if I can put it in chat. Hold on.
Alt 0153, and then let go of Alt. Boom. There's your fucking TM. Get out of here.
Boom.
Yeah. See? Okay.
I
You
got
learned
it.
something today.
I got it.
That's why this is the best stream on the planet.
Alt
TM.
0153.
Yeah.
Alt 0153. All right. Because there's a lot of other, that if you type Alt and then any other combination of
Yeah.
numbers, you'll get a bunch of symbols.
Open the character map. It's always been there since Windows 95, man. No one knows about it.
You guys know what the character map is?
Hit the start button, type out the word character, find the character map in the results.
Hold on.
There it is. This is how you get that little E with a dash
There it
over
is.
Yeah.
And then you can.
You can get everything. The
Type
entire
it-
world is there. It
type
scrolls
whatever you
too.
want.
That's not it. That's not all of it. The character map is wide and vast. Yes.
Look at all those characters.
Look at all that bullshit you can put in a Twitch chat. You weren't even paying attention.
Well, there's just all different languages and stuff.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Unicode has a lot. It's great.
Wow. What a world we live in, everybody. I mean, it's always existed. It's literally always
It's
existed.
always been there. That is one of the oldest bits of Windows, and it's never changed. It
Yeah.
looks exactly the same. I mean, when you get something perfect, you hang on to it. Did somebody just post a screen cap from Porch on Reddit?
No, this is a.
Oh,
an
keep
ad.
going up.
Oh, this one? Yeah,
Oh,
this
oh
happens
boy.
all the time.
Oh,
you
there's a
don't see-
green text subreddit. Okay, that makes sense.
Hey, you haven't seen those?
I don't go to Reddit to look at 4chan.
I mean, I don't either, but
I guess I don't look at R all ever either.
Hugh Janus said, Boost, I love you and Lawrence.
Aw,
That's really nice of you, Hugh Janus.
love you, Hugh. Janus. When are there going to be at some point? Maybe it already happens, but
Mm-hmm.
why isn't there a skin for Discord to make it look like 2001 AIM?
There's got to be, right?
There's got to be,
There has to be.
maybe.
Chat.
Chat.
Put a link. I mean, look, if there's one thing I know chat can do, it's Google. I'm not going to do it because I'm sitting here watching this little girl break wood, but
Nice.
you can't skin Discord? No.
Stupid and dumb.
No, that's not a real thing. Is that a real thing? Lawrence, hey, I have a question for you.
What's up?
I know that you're on the cutting
Here we
edge of
go.
video games.
Always.
You,
Okay, I got a link open. All right, never mind. Sorry, what's
okay.
up?
Lawrence has a lot of connections.
Oh yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
As, as you know, Lawrence has been playing Death Stranding early. But, Lawrence, have
Yes.
you played a game known as Overwatch 2 early?
No,
Oh.
I haven't.
I keep hearing about its leaks, like it's going to be, and I'm like, I could care. I don't know that I couldn't care any less than I do.
So I agree. So disclosure, and I love doing this because I get to drop a hot my girlfriend TM. My girlfriend.
Nice, you got the TM.
Yeah, I'm learning hard pog. Hey, F and chat for my
You don't want to F and chat for that.
being single. I'm not being single
okay.
anymore.
F and chat for single.
F and
yes.
chat for my
Yeah.
lonely dick because it's dead. That's a weird way to phrase that. Anyway, hard pog. Yeah. So Stephanie works for. Oh Jesus.
She's
Nice.
got it. She's got it.
Man, fucking.
Oh. Sorry, go ahead.
Man, God bless you, drunk chicks. You have to dance in heels. I can't do that when I'm
With a drink in your
I
hand.
can't do that when I'm sober. Anyway, my girlfriend TM, thank you, works for Blizzard, so to a degree I do have some kind of information. So I'm gonna have to play a little fast and loose, and I will be at BlizzCon. Somebody asked that in chat. Sorry.
Oh, I was just asking if you played. You don't
I have
even
not.
tell me anything about Overwatch 2. I was just curious if you played.
No, but the leaks. I can speak to the leaks. I just wanna.
Oh, okay.
I just wanna like be explicit about things that I can't talk about because I do know something, and things that I don't talk about.
Your girlfriend works at Blizzard TM.
TM.
Got it.
Pog. So I don't know anything about Overwatch 2. So everything I say is coming purely from the leaks. And yeah, the things that I've seen, I'm not hot on. I'm really not.
Oh, you've seen things?
No, just the leaks. Just the
just
leaks.
the leaks.
Purely
Okay.
the leaks. The PvE mode, the talents, the items.
Yeah.
The one new hero.
I mean, there's got to be more than that. Wait, what?
The leak is
They're not
that
gonna
there's
carry over the old heroes from.
that was the leak. The leak said that they were going to add one hero to two, maybe at least one, maybe Echo. Is the name of the
Can't
character?
be right.
A
They've
little
got to add
Robo
like
girl?
10 or 12 new heroes for Overwatch 2.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I hope.
No.
So they basically said that like there's going to be PVE modes, kind of like the events that they did, where you shoot all the robots
Yeah.
during the robot uprising. I don't. All the lore of Overwatch really just fell out of my head. I was so into it.
Those got really old really fast for me. Those
Yes.
those events. I don't know. I wanted them to be good. Even when I loved Overwatch, I wanted them to be good. And then they weren't.
Yeah. So it's possible that they'll be interesting enough to constitute enough content to warrant a sequel. They also said there's going to be like an item and like a talent, a thing for all the heroes now, which I'm not into.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
I'm not either.
I don't play MOBAs. I don't need it. So
MOBAs are out, Lawrence. We all know that.
Yes, they
Battle
are.
Royales are in. MOBAs are out.
are Battle Royales in?
You
Battle
bet they
Royales
are.
might
You-
not be
you,
in.
you know how? I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna put it up in this podcast.
I think visual novels are in, Bruce. I think that's what I think.
I think you're. You know what? I think maybe your chat is the only people that agree with you. The Battle Royales are in. And this is how I'm going to tell you. You're going to get a free-to-play COD, Modern Warfare, Battle Royale in the next 3 months. We're going to get one. It'll be free-to-play, and everybody's going to play it for like a month. It'll be just like what we wanted from Black Ops, which was we wanted Black Ops 4's Battle Royale to be free-to-play, which it should have been.
Yeah, it should have been.
But we're going to get that with Modern Warfare.
Does Activision or Blizzard do any free-to-play games ever?
No, they don't know what they're doing.
I don't think Activision is going to do it.
They've gotta. In order to keep up with today's world, Pog, TM, they've got to do it. They don't have a choice.
I agree, but I don't think they will. I think they're just so infatuated with charging money for games.
Heroes of the Storm.
Right.
That's free to play.
Yeah.
And Hearthstone. That's right. We totally forgot about it.
You're right. You're right.
That's
right.
all right. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, Lenny.
Yes. It's gonna be.
That's
like,
fair. Yep.
Next 3 months.
Activision doesn't run any free-to-plays, do they? Well, Call of Duty Mobile.
That's right. Yeah. And they just did that and got a huge reception. Actually.
Yeah.
They had like 100 million downloads.
So why would they? Why would they do a desktop console PC free-to-play Call of Duty Battle Royale when they have Call of Duty Mobile?
Well, because COD's not going to sell as well as they want.
Probably not.
I mean, it just won't. We know they won't.
Yeah.
They got good hype around it.
Well, they got good buzz this time.
But
Did the like anti-Blizzard stuff bleed over into Call of Duty Modern Warfare at all? People seem to
really.
mostly silo that stuff off.
No, I don't think so. Because I thought about it for a little bit and I was like,
Yeah, Destiny 2 is free to play, but they're not under Activision anymore.
that's right.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think that is the implication based on how it went, is that Bungie probably wanted Destiny to go free to play a long time ago. Oh, I was breaking it down. Oh shit. That's great. Hell yeah, kid. Oh, what a champ.
he was doing every meme dance ever.
Ooh,
Damn.
that was great.
See, like you could never be that kid anymore.
I think I could do a jump split. Give me enough time.
What in the world?
Botched surgeries?
Is it a botched plastic surgery? I can't tell what's botched. What am I missing on that picture?
I mean, the butt looks super weird in that last.
Her butt looks weird. But I mean, she could just have a weird butt.
That's an excessively weird butt. That's a.
That sucks.
I mean, it's the first angle. It does look like she got donk, and then the second one not so good. Third one very very off.
Oh man.
Yeah, ass cheeks are not supposed to be that flat on the bottom. Yeah, that's a 90-degree. Oh yeah, I got something for you to read, Bruce. That's one of my
What?
favorite things.
Really?
I'm bringing it back. Yeah.
Holy shit! I would love to.
Okay. So this is from Goodreads. This is an excerpt from Jordan B. Peterson, Maps of Meaning, The Architecture of Belief.
Wait, why does that sound familiar? Jordan Peterson. Who's Jordan Peterson?
I don't know. Google it up.
Yeah, wait. Why does that sound so familiar? Why I think of somebody like Wolf of Wall Street?
Clinical psychologist.
Maybe clinical psychologist.
There he is. There's our guy. Oh, he was in Dallas. Good for him.
Oh well. Okay. All right. Well, he's a psychologist. I don't. What was I thinking of? I don't know. Who cares?
Should I just send this link to you?
Oh, I just read it off your phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me extend that pop socket for you. I put a pop socket on my phone yesterday, and my life has been changed.
You love it?
I think I do.
If I can hold it?
Yeah.
So this is from Jordan Peterson, a clinical psychologist from Canada.
Yep.
Is that it? That's all the context we need?
That's all you need.
Okay. I dreamed I saw my maternal grandmother sitting by the bank of a swimming pool that was also a river. In real life, she had been a victim of Alzheimer's disease and had regressed, before her death, to a semi-conscious state. In the dream, as well, she had lost her capacity for self-control. Her genital region was exposed, dimly, and had the appearance of a thick mat of hair. She was stroking herself, absent-mindedly. She walked over to me with a handful of pubic hair, compacted into something resembling a large artist's paintbrush. She pushed this at my face. I raised my arm several times to deflect her hand, finally, unwilling to hurt her or interfere with her any further. I let her have her way. She stroked my face with the brush gently and said, like a child, "Isn't it soft?" I looked at her ruined face and said, "Yes, Grandma, it's soft."
Aw.
Why did you have me read that? I don't want that.
It's deep. He's a psychologist.
So, he's a psychologist. That was a dream. And he's probably saying something to the... I mean, like, haven't we all negated the Freud, like Freudian psychology now? Haven't we all said, hey, that was all bullshit? That you want to sleep with your mom and
that's,
be your dad?
That's like Oedipus stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tend to think that, and maybe this is me assuming a lot. I think that people like to boil down Freud's work into very like pop psychology, and those things tend to be ousted because they're not a complete or nuanced picture of the human mind. Yeah, we moved past Freud. Okay,
I thought we had. But I mean, like, I still think there's probably like maybe some echoes of truth in some of it. And I'm not saying I want to fuck my mom, but it's like more of like.
I mean, that wasn't the sum total of Freud's ideas, right?
I mean, some of it was. Basically, it was like you were attracted to your parents, and like all of life boiled down to sex.
Oh.
So like money, power, intelligence, all of it boiled down to that you just wanted to have sex.
Yeah, there was like. I do remember that phase of like. It was from like 19 to 24 when the greatest thinkers in the world were just like, psh, everything in life is just about fucking, man. I was like, no, it's not. They're like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You go work a job so you can make money so people have sex with you. I was like, no, dude.
I mean, that's just what people say. I don't know that that's actually true.
My favorite disprovisation of that.
Disprovisation.
Yeah, it's definitely a word.
Definitely not a word.
Absolutely a word. I'm a psychologist. Is roller coasters.
Okay.
That was always my thing. Why does anyone go on a roller coaster? Because you don't feel like you're gonna fuck on a roller coaster.
It gives you adrenaline, which is what you get from having sex.
I mean, that is a thing. People mistake adrenaline for arousal a lot. What is it? The suspension bridge effect? That stuff's so fascinating to me.
What's that?
There was a famous study where they had dudes cross a suspension bridge. Oh, Jesus.
I know.
And then at the end of it, there was a scientist, a female scientist, who would like give them a survey. It's all misdirection. Like most psychological experiments will like have some kind of red herring to make people think it's about another thing, but they're actually testing something else.
Yeah.
So they would give them some bullshit survey about the experience, and then the doctor would give them the dudes their number. The difference is when this attractive lady doctor gave the dudes their number. So in one case study, she would give them the number right away, just as they got off the suspension bridge, and were like flushed and excited.
Oh.
And then the other one, they'd give them 10 minutes to cool off, or like 15 or something like that. I'm kind of slaughtering the details, but they would give them some time to cool off, cool down, let the adrenaline get out of their system. Then they do the debrief. She'd give them the number. The instances where she gave the number right away while they were still excited and like had adrenaline up, she got tons more calls of dudes being like, "Hey, I had some questions about that study." So yeah, turns out speed was right. If you start a relationship in an exciting environment, crank, yes, also. Hey, no, they were couples before he. Wait, were they? Yeah.
Who would Crank?
Chev Chelios and woman. They were a couple before the movie started.
Well, but don't they have sex to keep his adrenaline up?
That's true. Yes, you're right. Forgot about that. On a racetrack, man.
I mean, there's one thing I know about clinical psychology, it's Crank.
I still don't know what happened to the Neveldine brothers.
Who?
The guys who did Crank,
Oh.
2, Speed, Ghost Rider.
Ugh.
Yeah. Spirit of Vengeance was not
It's not terrible,
bad.
but it's not good. Everybody, don't watch it, is what I'm saying.
Aren't they going to make another Crank? I think they're making a Crank 3.
Finally.
Yeah.
What I've always
The
wanted.
world's been waiting. Hey, how about that, though? How old was Jason Statham when he was in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
That's a good point.
Because he's probably as old as me, I bet.
yeah, he's probably,
not.
what, like
He's probably way
late
younger.
30s, early 40s.
God, well, I mean, that means he'd be like 50, 60 now, which he might be.
He might be. Oh,
Jesus, that's
holy
awesome.
shit. That is fucking awesome. She must have a tiny little jaw beneath that.
You just explained what happened to them? I guess. That movie wasn't so bad.
Jason Statham is like 50s. Snappy Monkey, give me the exact age.
Like 50.
He's at like 50s. There we go, 52.
Jesus Christ. I haven't seen Parasite yet. I really, really want to. But
Somebody says humans are very sexual organisms. Yes, I know.
I mean, I wouldn't say that humans are more sexual than any other creature, right?
Aren't they? I mean, they're some of the only organisms to have sex for pleasure. It's the same with like dolphins and I think pigs.
That's fair.
Don't pigs have sex for? Like there are only a few organisms on the planet Earth that have sex for pleasure, or at least that we know of, that we've studied.
I still feel like humans, like at maybe not at their peak, but I would say on the high end of the spectrum, like if you bone down, like fully bone down once a day, that's pretty good running, right?
That's great.
Wouldn't other? I guess I'm talking out of my ass here, but I feel like other animals in the wild probably bone down with that frequency. No,
Yeah.
maybe
Why
not.
not?
Why not?
They're dolphins, and also they have no morals, so there's nothing holding them back
Yeah,
from having sex
no
all the time.
society. Screw it.
So dolphins can fuck all they want.
Yeah, and I hope they do. I want them to. I think one of the
I want them to.
Yeah.
I want dolphins to have sex as much as they want.
yeah, I think one of the differences is that like humans develop marketing around appealing to our base senses, and sex is one of the easiest things to appeal to.
I mean, it is the easiest thing to appeal to. It's just like
Yeah.
anything on Instagram. If you look at Instagram,
Oh,
you're always like,
Tits.
oh,
tits.
like here's a dude like hitting a baseball. It's like 1,000 likes. And he's like, oh, here's a guy hitting a golf ball. It's he's driving. Oh, that's nice. 500 likes. Here's a girl in a bathing suit just standing in front of a wall. 45,000 likes for no like. I mean, obviously, we
Yeah.
all know why, because women are beautiful.
Yes.
And women like to look at other women, and
it's-
men
yeah,
like to look at
very
women.
good to look at. Yeah, it's that in cooking. I mean, it's all the base things. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I'm going to put any cooking Instagram versus any bathing suit Instagram is going to beat it every time. Bathing suit's going to beat it every time.
Yeah, you're right.
Every time.
100% right.
I mean, like, look, I can eat and be satiated for a couple hours. So then if I go look, but in terms of Instagram, it's like pretty much everybody's always looking at Instagram and always thinking about tits.
That's true. Because I'm like, man, even in the like 20-second window, the refractory period, the reverie post ejaculation, I still wouldn't mind looking at a pretty girl. Yeah, that's nice.
That's right after.
But if I eat a big meal, I'm like, I don't need to look at a hamburger. I'm good. So I think my come down off of food is longer than
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Refractory period for food is longer.
yeah, for sure. Whereas like, man, those are boobs. All right, good for you.
I know.
I go on with my day, but just with a little pep in my step. I do feel like
Well,
I am joking.
Oh,
I'm going
okay.
to
All
say
right,
that
all
early.
right, all right.
But I do feel it would be good to be able to spread joy in that way.
What do you mean?
But I think as a dumpy dude, I don't really have that power.
That's not true, Lawrence. You definitely have some influence.
I don't have
If you posted
nearly the power of a juicy rack.
If you fucking posted a shirtless picture of Lawrence lifting weights, 45,000 likes.
If I lost like 20 pounds, maybe. I'm still a little doughy.
Lawrence, I disagree.
I got some power.
I
around
think
here.
I think there is most Twitch streamers or YouTubers or whoever else that have at least somewhat a modicum of influence. They are getting masturbated to. People are masturbating to them. I think that's a privilege. I think that's a very nice thing that people do.
I agree.
That it's flattery. Now,
But I think but tits versus hamburger. I'm the hamburger in that situation. Like, the planets have to align.
You'll still get some of the likes, not all of them. I mean, no, you're never gonna get as many likes as a fucking titty streamer. Sorry, man. It's the same with me. Like, people aren't watching for cleavage here; they're watching for us to talk about cleavage.
Yeah. Pull up another stream so he gets.
Yeah, no, yeah. So at that point, if there's a one-off chance that somebody masturbates to me or anybody else. Hey, it's Man Man.
Oh, hey, man, what's up?
Or anybody else. To me, that's like flattery. As long as it's not like
Yeah, I think there's
they're masturbating
boundaries
to
that
me
can be
dying,
respected there.
then we're good.
Or it doesn't get. It's like,
Yes.
let's play the game again, Bruce.
Sure, yeah.
At what point does it become creepy? Or somebody masturbates to you on stream? Or wait. Well,
stream.
I mean, you basically already said that, but
Yeah, it's flattery.
okay. What if somebody lets you know? They're like, hey, I'm jerking it to you right now.
I'll be like, I mean, weird to say out in public, but okay.
Okay. What if? What's the escalation from that? Ooh.
What's the escalation?
Like what? I'm trying to think of how the boundaries start to erode there. They send you a photo of them masturbating to you. Is that? Would you appreciate seeing that?
No, I don't want that.
Okay.
Because that to me is like at this point there's a barrier.
For sure.
There's a barrier betwin us and them.
He's telling you not to do it right now. Just FYI.
Oh, absolutely. No,
in case
no.
people in chat
I'm
want to
not
get
joking.
spicy.
Don't ever do it. Because I think it's gross. And I don't want it. And
Right.
also, it's almost exactly the same for when it's unwanted to women. And you're like, dick pics to women?
It's 100% the same.
Yeah.
Probably more so because they get to suffer a ton of unrequested dick pics more than dudes do.
That's true.
What a world, though. Like, what if... I know
It's
that...
sexual harassment. You're right, Willie Ribbit. It is.
It's 100% sexual harassment.
Yeah, it is.
I wish... the thing is, like, every time you try to explain to a dude why that's terrible, there's no way to put it in terms they would like. Because it's like, what if a chick just sent you her juicy boobs all the time? And dude be like, yeah? That sounds rad. Then I guess I'll just keep sending my dick to chicks. No, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
So that's, I mean, I guess that's kind of hitting at the core of the issue is that
What's that?
a cock and balls just doesn't bring the same joy into the world that a nice pair of jugs does.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
That's the way it goes.
And that's just, I mean, like, there are things that are, some that are gender neutral. In my opinion, that's not one of them. Like, generally women are more beautiful than men. I would say that's probably a safe assumption. I think most people would agree.
Yeah. You got to work real hard. Man of Steel, not bad. New movie 300. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I'll look at that.
I'm fine with all that.
I would stop scrolling on Instagram for a little bit of that.
I'd be like,
But,
wow,
Hey,
shredded.
Damn, dude. What did I just do with that? Oh, okay. I'll keep scrolling.
Well, that's like, you see those pictures, this is years ago, so maybe you didn't, of like, John Hamm apparently has a super huge dick, and like he was wearing sweatpants one day, and you could just see it. Just
Bashing around
out there in the open, and everyone's like,
putting bruises on his thighs.
John Hamm's packing. And so I had to go look. I was like, okay, he's packing. Good for him. And I appreciated it and move on.
Yeah, that's
didn't think
the
about it
best way to do it. Yeah, just is describing the sad. Oh my God,
That's awesome.
this is so cute. But yeah, the sad cycle of sending you a dick pic, being like, "Ooh, that's gross," and then the dude being like, "You aren't flattered. What the fuck? What a slut. You weren't that hot anyway." Yeah, I feel like, I mean, that would be, Bruce. How would you react if somebody did that to you?
What?
Sent you a picture of themselves jacking off to your stream, and you said, "Dude, don't ever do that again." And then you were like, "Hey, fuck you. I didn't want to masturbate to you anyway, you fat cow."
Why would they do that? That's mean.
That's how it happens.
Well, wait. How about I just never acknowledge that I got it?
I guess that works best.
That's what I would just do.
Okay, fair. All right.
I would never acknowledge that I got it and just be like, fuck it.
Bruce, did your line about transferring and Cucks 2 have any relation to leaving Funhouse?
Wait. Oh, no, absolutely not. We shot that.
Yeah, the timelines don't match
That
up
was
for that.
back in March or April.
Mm-hmm.
Was that one? And they were written even further back, like in December of 2018.
It is wild, and this is something that, given the work that we usually do, is so new to me about working on something a half year ago, and in my mind, it's gone. Hey, what do you know? Man, text-heavy shirts. I am happy we're entering this phase. Yeah, I guess. No, this is more like I'm a gamer who jacks off to Bruce Green's stream and eat hamburgers, and you are okay with that or leave this country. Like, that's basically what...
Whoa, leave this country.
Yeah, that's usually how those shirts end.
I might have to sell that shirt on Teespring.
Are there? Yeah, those are mostly like bot generated, but well, I completely lost what I was talking about.
What were you talking about?
I
Jack,
don't know. It doesn't
remind
matter.
us.
Doesn't matter.
It does. It matters because I wanted to know. It sounded like you were getting there. Arizona Circle and how far in advance?
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So yeah, it's kind of strange. Or usually if like we record a video and it comes out 2 weeks later and people are like, oh, this thing, and I'm like, wait, what was that? Oh, right. And now for people to be seeing something now, and then very naturally and understandably assuming that maybe we did it a month ago, but to like to be asked questions that just oh no.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Christ.
Jeez.
It's such a wild thing, and it's a totally other world. Something that there was something that blew my mind. I was talking to a voice actor, well, a long time ago, and he was kind of discussing some of the things he was just doing at the moment. He's like, "Yeah, I got to go back and read for this part." And I was like, "Oh, did they like?" They just didn't like read all the lines. And I'm like, "No, they did rewrites, and now I got to go back in." He's like, "Yeah, I did my first recording 3 years ago." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "How can you remember what the character sounds like?" And he's like, "Well, I asked them to play a little bit back from what I did,
remember, yeah.
but I was like, holy shit, you actually have to be really good and like be a professional to remember the voice, like have it characterized in your head and filed away, and then bring it back out and read lines that sound exactly the same 3 years on." So like for what we did with Arizona Circle, like theoretically, if we were to do a season 2 and come back and do any of those characters again, would be weird.
I have to watch all that stuff and be like, what did I do?
Yeah, remember all the little nuances you put into that you probably forgot about?
I barely remember what I, like, because I was watching those things being like, I don't remember even shooting some of that. Because it was all such a blur and there were so many, like, time changes and
Man, yeah.
figuring out where I was.
That was a wild couple of months.
It was a wild time we had. But I'm glad people are happy. People have been chatting and tweeting and being like, "Hey, great job!"
Yeah, it's come out really good.
It's fun.
And you did an amazing job in the Cucks Part 2.
Oh, that's right. When I cried in the courtroom.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's funny because Josh messaged me that months ago when after he was editing it. He was like, you did a really good job." And I was like, "Thanks, man. I worked really hard on that. Like, I actually wanted to make sure that it was good, in a weird way for a comedy." So I'm glad that people are being like, "Wow, great job. You cried on camera." Because I really did.
You got some tears out?
I absolutely. I know how to do that.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
What's your technique?
What is my technique? I don't usually even think of like I can make my body physically do it. So I don't think of something sad. I just think of like I basically just make my face swell up.
That's cool.
Which is weird.
Man.
It takes me a little bit, but
yeah.
If I think of something sad, it'll work faster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I would only do that for like acting purposes.
You have to act.
Can you do that? Can you cry on cue?
I was able to for some of the shots for Arizona Circle, which haven't come out yet, but it was an interesting problem because we were shooting a scene and I was like, I wonder if I can do it. And then I got up there and I squeezed out a couple tears at the right time. And I was like, yes, I did it. And then they shot cut, and I looked in the mirror, and like my makeup was just streaking down my face. So I was like, oh, son of a bitch.
That's really good though.
So I mean, no, it wasn't, because like it was not supposed to streak. Like it was stubble. So
got
it immediately read terribly that I had these like perfect vertical lines in my stubble. So I was like, well, I guess I can't do that this shot then, because they would have to touch up after every shot.
I see what you're saying.
So irony of ironies, hoisted basically that I was able to achieve the ultimate acting, but then had to tone it back because I was wearing makeup.
Rahul told me that because he said he's had to do that a couple times for like iZombie or whatever, and he's like, yeah, I'm really proud of myself when I do it 2 or 3 times, but then when they're like, do it for the 20th time, eventually you just have to have makeup come over and like put stuff in your eyes.
You just run out of water
to make you cry. Yeah, because I mean you can't do it anymore. And also kind of puts you in a dark place.
I could see that.
Like, over and over and over, you're thinking about something sad and having to like, bring it back up. And eventually, it's just like, that's a lot of mental energy put into it.
I remember another random study that I read about was like, these 2 scientists were just like studying facial structure and muscles. So they were just like frowning into a camera for hours and hours and hours. And then at the end of the day, one of them was like, I just feel really terribly. Because they were just frowning all day. And they were like, is it possible that just making the facial expression drove our emotions? And it turns out it does.
Absolutely.
They then did a follow-up study and he was like, yeah, if you force yourself to smile, you start to feel better.
Yep.
And if you force yourself to frown, you don't feel as good.
Yeah. If you laugh a lot, you feel happier.
Like you paused on this.
I mean, absolutely.
Instagram.
That's what we were just talking about.
Noise.
Um,
Raka's not nearly that jacked in the show, but hey. Also, she's like 14, so that's
what's
weird.
she from?
My Hero Academia.
Oh, that's another. All right, so hey, questions for you. Where can I watch JoJo?
Crunchyroll.
I can't watch it on Hulu
Maybe.
because I don't want to pay for. I don't want to pay for Crunchyroll.
It might be on Hulu.
Where
This was something I was going to ask you at the very beginning. Do you have any kind of service?
on Netflix?
Oh, it's on Netflix.
Oh,
Awesome. Oh,
sweet.
dubbed. Okay. I feel like subbed might have more of the. Verve. Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay for Verve.
HBO Max has it too. Crazy. It's on Hulu. First season is on Netflix. Okay. Just the first 2 seasons.
What about My Hero Academia? That's on Netflix, right?
It might be. I'm watching it on Crunchyroll as well. It also might be on Hulu. Yeah, watch the sub. I would recommend that too. I'm usually not a sub purist, but JoJo is just so goddamn amazing.
I have generally watched the subs for Attack on Titan only because they came out earlier than the dubs.
Mm-hmm.
But that means you have to sit there and actually really pay attention to what's going on.
Okay, parts 1 through 4 of JoJo is on Hulu, subbed and dubbed. Okay.
All right, cool.
Wait, dubbed JoJo is only part 1 and 2. All right. Yeah, I would recommend.
I'll watch it either way. It kind of doesn't matter to me at this point, but I just want to watch it.
It's very, very good.
People keep saying I should watch it.
My God, it's great.
And it seems like it's getting like some sort of renaissance right now. People are talking about JoJo a lot more than they have been.
It's active.
That's why. Okay.
The manga's been going forever, so there's tons of material to work with. There was an animated series that came out in the late 80s, early 90s, I think, and it's okay. But it picks up in the middle, and you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Because that show gets pretty bonkers, pretty fast. But the new series starts at the beginning, which is awesome. And the animation's really good. The production value is super, super good. So I think people are just finally waking up. I also think maybe culturally, people are more cool with it now, because it's like hyper masculine but also hyper feminine at the same time.
Interesting.
And it's got a cool, like, funky sensibility and pretty good art. The animation can be hit or miss sometimes, but it's usually just the pacing too is another thing they nail. So for a shonen, which I guess it is a shonen,
What's a shonen?
Actually, it's like a show for boys, Dragon Ball,
got it.
versus
Okay.
like a shoujo, which is for ladies, which
Got it.
is Sailor Moon talking feelings. Pfft, who needs it? give me shirtless dudes screaming at each other. Yeah, a lot of posing for sure. A lot of high fashion. Yeah, lots of music and song references too. So I think just a lot of factors sort of collided to make now fertile ground for JoJo. Yeah, February is correct. JoJo is very gay.
Well, that's so what?
But cool.
Yeah. But cool.
I mean, I was super into what am I thinking? Yuri on Ice, which is the gayest thing. But yeah, Witch Hunter says it properly. JoJo is the gayest, straightest show there ever is.
There are lots of shows like that. I mean, like
like
James
JoJo.
would always talk about American Gladiators. American Gladiators was the gayest, straightest show because like it's a bunch of dudes in unitards that are like fucking shredded,
Yeah, but imagine that they like.
wrestling each other.
But
But actually, wrestling is the straightest, gayest thing.
But what about wrestling? But also they cry a lot.
Wrestling,
But then they
do.
wrestle.
Yeah, they do.
But then they cry.
In wrestling, they do that. They get upset,
And then
get
they
sad.
pose.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they wrestle because they're all jacked. And then they cry a little bit and pose again.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. Oh, you mean like pro wrestling?
yeah, pro wrestling.
Oh.
Not like WWE, not like actual wrestling.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. But I think the storylines in JoJo are a little more gay.
Okay,
A little
I'm fine
bit.
with that. I can't wait.
The wrestling storylines are cute and endearing with how stupid they get.
Yeah,
Actually, wait. Yeah, there's a lot of crossover there. Huh.
yeah, absolutely.
As I'm slowly plotting through Dragon Ball Z, I am realizing how shockingly similar pacing wise it is to pro wrestling matches. Just like the up and down, you're in the heat and then the shine, and then like stupid drama. And,
Well, it's a story.
Yeah,
It's just a story. They're both
yeah.
stories.
I guess you're right.
There's a
Yeah.
narrative, which is cool because it's like improv but narrative. You know, like there's an overarching narrative, but there's improv inside it.
Mhm.
Which is something that it took me years and years and years to discover about like WWE wrestling. But once I did, I was like, oh, I get it. It took me a while. Cool, neat. All right, Lawrence. If you only had one anime
Okay.
to take with you on a desert island and watch forever, which anime do you pick? What is the best anime to you? Not the best anime of all time, but the best anime to you for 4 lines.
Oof. Well, those are different questions.
I know. The question is, what is the best anime for you?
I mean, Desert Island anime would probably be One Piece, just because there's a lot of it,
Okay.
and it's generally high quality. Yeah, people are already
Lots
saying
of
it.
one
Chat.
P one, and that's in my chat, not even in Lawrence's chat.
I really, really like Hajime no Ippo because it is also very, very long and very good and endearing.
Okay.
Well, the other shows that I've really, really enjoyed, I pretty much got everything out of them with the first viewing, so I don't know that they would Desert Island for me.
That's valid. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'd be a toss up between those two.
If you were just gonna watch an anime over and over and over, it would be that.
Yeah, probably One Piece, mostly because I haven't seen it first. So,
What do you mean you haven't seen it first?
I haven't seen One Piece, the anime. I haven't watched it,
Oh, neither have I.
so I'd get my first viewing,
Oh, okay.
and it would take a long time, but I'd do it.
Okay.
Peanut butter and pickles, huh?
What do you mean?
Of course,
Oh.
that's a thing. Huh?
Have you never seen? Oh, you. Yeah, that's a real thing. People have been eating that for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
The peanut butter's probably sweet.
I can see that working.
Yeah.
I can see that
And the
working.
pickles are probably sour.
A little crunchy. Yeah. All right. All right. How about you, Bruce? What would you? Maybe TV show. Maybe not. Well,
I mean, I can pick an anime if you want.
Sure.
Man, I have been so excited about Attack on Titan
yeah.
because I'm caught up. Are you caught up on that?
No, I didn't start season 2.
Oh, Lawrence, it's fucking awesome.
I'm glad it's back.
But Attack on Titan has been like pretty amazing in the sense that they were able to wrap up a narrative every season and make it really satisfying.
Really?
But then also put it all within the overarching narrative of Attack on Titan.
That's what I was worried about with Attack on Titan. The way season 1 ended, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, here we go. We're going into like, are you the Titan? Are you the Titan?
Yeah.
Maybe you're the Titan. No, they weren't the Titan, but it was them, but
Well,
it wasn't.
It is like that.
Okay.
But there's more politics and intrigue inside of it, and also there's more backstory for the lore. You get to find out where they're coming from, obviously, because you don't know that. So I
Right.
think I'd probably want to watch that again over and over and over because I think it's really really great. Obviously, I'll say Cowboy Bebop because Cowboy Bebop is great. I've watched it 100 times. It's awesome.
But it's so sad.
It is very sad.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan is also relatively sad, but not. It's still action movie sad, where you're like, "Fuck yeah," but also sad. Yeah. So it's probably going to be AOT.
Okay,
Yeah.
good pick.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that would. Man, I feel like I would need. If it's a desert island show, I would need something that's a little uplifting.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I see what you're saying. You know what's really uplifting? If you haven't caught up, One Punch. One Punch Man is an extremely uplifting.
Yeah, I only
show.
finished season 1.
Season 2, everyone says it's not as good. I think it's just as good, but they say the animation's not as good. Maybe I'm a pleb. I didn't notice. Either way,
Man.
the story itself is a really uplifting, positive story.
Okay.
It's really great.
Have you? I do love Trigon a lot. DL Fusion. Sorry, Gambit. James told me a little bit about the game. I was like, how do you make a One Punch Man game? Apparently, you play as all of the other characters,
Yeah.
and you're like fighting a villain, and then in the corner is Saitama just like on a bicycle trying to get his way to you. So your job is to basically like stay alive and keep the boss occupied until Saitama shows up and punches it. I was like, oh, that's so perfect.
That's what the show is.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's what
It's
the
like
show
a Dragon Ball riffs of how can we make sure Goku's not there for a little bit
Yeah.
to make sure that he doesn't just like flick the enemy off into space. Which I'm in that Cell Saga now, and it's even Kai is slow as shit and not very good.
There are so many episodes.
Dragon Ball's not very good, but I
it's
love
not.
it.
There's
And
so
boy,
many
it is
episodes of that
trash.
show. How many episodes have you watched, and how many are there? Do you know?
I mean, in Kai, I'm up to like 70s. There's a bit more to go. Got to finish out Cell and then go do the Boo Saga. And there's whole like arcs that they just chopped completely out of Kai. Garlic Jr. He's gone. He's gone, baby.
Have you? Be honest. When you watch the show, do you use your phone and look away and do other things?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
That doesn't count.
It's a sight screen show. I mean,
Yeah, that
when
is. Yeah.
for like the maybe minute and a half of actual animated fighting in any show, I'll like, oh, here what we got going on? Oh, it's over. And then I'll just go back to
back to your computer.
whatever I'm doing. Yeah, it's nice to in the background if I'm like, I don't know, like doing YouTube videos or making thumbnails or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
it's
Okay.
not. No, the days are gone when I had the ability to just stare at it and consume it. I mean, like Power Rangers, I would used to just stare right at the TV and watch it. And I tried going back and seeing it now, and I'm just like, there's no way. There's just not enough going on here. My adult mind can't handle this.
I try to give those television shows their due, but then I realized they're probably being created for exactly that.
Oh yeah,
To just be put on in the background.
it's trash for kids.
Yeah, and then you just kind of like listen to it, see
There's
what
nothing
happens.
wrong with that, but what drives me crazy is, and maybe this is me hitting just hyper wokeness, but a lot of the stuff in Dragon Ball is really concerning when you think that this was messaging put in front of young boys. So it's like, to go Super Saiyan, you just have to get super mad, and Goku's like yelling at his kid, being like, just get mad, let it all go, take off every limiter, just fucking freak out, and this will give you the power you need to defeat your enemies. And I'm like, this is not a good thing for, like,
Yeah, you're right.
when you get that first dose of testosterone and you get your, like, testo rage going, telling that, like, you will attain divinity by accepting and like, totally encouraging all of those emotions is a little rough.
Maybe they were trying to say, like, channel your anger through martial arts, possibly? No?
That is a constructive way interpreting that message, but I just
know.
imagine, like...
You're probably right.
I just imagine, like, an 11-year-old just raging out in his room, punching holes in all the drywall, and like, why am my hair not turning gold? And then, like, for Vegeta, like, there's whole things where Vegeta will be getting his ass kicked, just beat to shit, and other characters are like, well, we could help him, but we shouldn't, because he's too proud.
Yeah.
And if we stepped in and helped him, he couldn't handle that. And then they're like, but they spin that to be like a positive character trait. They're like, it's not a bad thing. You see, he's just really proud, and that's his true strength, and that's why we love him. And it's like, well, if a kid hears that, I should never ask for help, because that's a good thing. Yeah. People will. I can be a dick to people, and they will assume that it's because I'm proud, and that makes me cool. It makes me.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You should not be reinforcing that at all. I was the Jedi kid. I grew up on, like, the tenets of the Jedi, and it was always like meditation and, like, centering yourself and all that other stuff. And I was always like, man, it wouldn't be cool if I could do that, and then I could actually move things with my mind. But I was never able to do it, guys. I tried over and over and over.
I was so into some of the
over and over.
Always just
never worked.
What did you try to, like, move a pencil or summon a remote control? What?
Everything, all of it.
Yeah?
Didn't matter what it was. A rock, a plant, something really light, something really heavy. Didn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you believe.
And you could sit there and eventually, sometimes you could fool yourself into thinking that it moved, and you're like, okay, well, if I did it once, I can do it again. And you can never do it again.
Dude, if that actually happened, you've lost your mind.
I've thought about this many times. If that had ever happened, I would have immediately started training it.
Okay.
So I would have right away been like, okay, so what can I do? How much can I do? How do I get better at it? And then, within probably, hopefully, a month or so of getting really good at it, I go straight to the streets and look for crime. Okay,
I was gonna say, where do you go with that?
Right away. The first thing I do. I don't use it for, like, maybe if I'm, like, sitting in my room and I gotta reach my food, I'd bring the food over, but I don't ever do that otherwise.
Well, you can't waste time. You got to go out and fight crime.
You don't abuse the power. You have to fight crime right away.
Would that mean you would, like, if you were out fighting crime, would you have, like, a burrito bowl levitating behind you at all times just in case you need a snack? Because you don't want to stop.
That's true.
You don't want to stop fighting all that crime.
I would assume the telekinesis would really lower your blood sugar.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot of energy.
Yeah. That's always the, like, one thing they tack on to every, like, Dragon Ball / Shonen too, is that, like, how using your power makes you really hungry, because every teen boy gets just super hungry, so it's a way to tie it. So that could be you.
I question anyone that says, because I just saw somebody in chat say I would use it for the dark side or go to the dark side. I question your morals, because if you would immediately go to the dark side and use it only for bad things.
Well, dark side doesn't mean bad things, just passionate things.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The dark side's all about, like, doing things for yourself. It's selfishness.
That's true. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
I mean, generally speaking, it's pretty bad.
It's usually
using
pretty
it over
bad.
and over and over for yourself.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Either way, I question you, because if you weren't the kid that was going to go out and fight crime right away and be like, I can help people with this, and instead are like, I can do things for myself. That's like the kid that, like, would torture, like, a rabbit or, like,
psychopaths.
Insects. Yeah, you got to be careful. Be careful with them. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
That's the best line. Because I've thought about episode 3 so much, and it's there, like episode 1. There's a good movie there, but the one you watch is not the one.
Oh, you're right.
That's there. Did you think too many steps down? Like, how would you go find the crime?
Oh, that
Would
was
you
always
prowl the streets?
My first question was always like, what the hell? Where would I go? I guess you would go to a place where there is more crime than, like, downtown LA.
But what would you do? Would you just kind of, like, cruise around Skid Row? Would you bust people who were looking at their phones in traffic?
No.
There's all kinds of crime that theoretically don't hurt anybody. But so like,
That's
what
true.
kind of crime fighter would you be?
I mean, I'd probably end up trying to stop violent crime. That would
Like,
be my first and foremost. Right.
every movie always has the like.
There's always like somebody that got a gun pulled off.
Yeah,
them.
you bust your cherry because you're in a parking lot and some lady's getting held up by two dudes wearing hoods.
That, which I know happens, but I don't know how often it happens.
What's yeah.
You know?
What's frustrating to think about? I don't know. There's a lot of things that like normal human beings can do if they're in the right place at the right time, and choose not to. You don't have to be able to levitate stuff,
That's a good
but
point. Yeah.
there's so many bad things that happen in this world that if I were there, I maybe could have done something, but I wasn't because I can't be everywhere. There are things that happen like, and this is literally true. There are things that have happened like 15 feet from me that I wasn't even looking at and didn't know happened, and then like 10 minutes later, somebody's like, "Yeah, this thing just went down," and I'm like, "What the fuck? I was right there."
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Everyone wants to help. For the most part, everyone wants to help. But I can imagine just like even if you could levitate, you're still just like stomping around, like checking into 7-Eleven. Everything cool? No one's robbing you. All right, I'll take a Red Bull.
You could levitate yourself up onto a roof.
Energy drink guy. Oh, yeah. Can you fly? I get Jedi can't really fly.
Not really. They can jump. They can jump really high.
What's the deal with that? Yoda can summon a fucking X-wing, but he can't float himself. Is there?
I mean, he can.
Oh.
It's just not like. And Luke, I think, actually floats Yoda at one point. But
That's true. No, Luke was floating when he was astral projecting, right? And
yes,
Last Jedi.
yeah, that's right. But I mean, like, but generally speaking,
they can stop falling but not fly.
Yeah, I don't know if they can fly.
Yeah.
Fly per se, but you could levitate yourself up to the top of a building and then look over
Peer.
like Batman. Yeah.
Oh, this is a good point. Cusack says you could meditate and sense crime.
Oh, well, that's a good
So
point.
if you're feeling the threads of life and of all existence, maybe you would feel the moments of violence and
disturbances?
hatred. Yeah. Yes. Okay, you'd have a little compass, but you
Hi
wouldn't have.
guys, if you want an
Oh.
amine with strong badass ladies, you should watch Black Lagoon on
I try to watch Black
Netflix.
Lagoon. I can't get
Keep
over her
up the
jorts.
great work.
Look it up.
All right. There you go. You got a response right away. Thanks for the donation.
Watch Black Lagoon. Oh, and also I think I started with season 2 because they never name seasons in a way that makes it anywhere near easy to understand where you're coming in at.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think it was
Never
like
even heard of it.
Black Lagoon double secret under gig or something like that. I don't know.
No idea.
No, Google Black Lagoon. Check out those jorts.
So is it an anime?
Yeah.
All right. It looks kind of like an action movie from the '80s, but anime.
I think it's like a gritty crime drama, and Jorts lady is like super badass who fights
Cool.
crimes but has to do it dirty because the crimes are dirty. Why is she wearing those jorts though? That's not crime fighting
Oh,
attire.
Those are just jean shorts, man.
Denim bikini. No, come on. Those aren't jean shorts.
Why are they jorts?
What is it? What is it called?
Fuck. Aren't jorts like made of
the
a
John Cena
flexy material?
No, they're just jean shorts.
Oh. Okay. Well, women are why can't they wear jean shorts? Jean shorts are awesome.
If you're a crime look at this. Look at that bulge. Why? Who's gonna fight crime in that? And it's it's undone, but she has a belt. What's that going? What's going on?
Well,
with
that means her legs can move. They're flexible, right? She can do the splits. You know what I'm saying? She can do like real high kicks, roundhouses.
Absolute territory? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
There's a term for the thigh between the gap between a girl's miniskirt and her thigh and her knee.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it's called the absolute territory.
I had no idea.
That's pretty great. I've never actually seen Legend of the Overfiend all the way through. Was that like the OG crazy demons going to town on ladies show? Because boy, is it mentioned a lot.
I don't want any of that.
I'm not into it.
Now that
Some people are.
We've clarified what hentai is the last time we talked.
That's true.
Now I know that I can search hentai
Yep.
and not feel guilty about it.
Nope. I can load you up with some wholesome shows if you
I
want.
don't. No. I don't want you to tell me anything about it.
Darling. Look up Darling.
Like I said, I don't want you to tell me. I'll go look myself.
Okay. All right. Go for it. I guess you're right, yeah. It could be a distraction technique. She could have her vag bulge out prominently as a way to...
I didn't say that.
I mean, somebody in
Oh,
chat
okay,
did. Sorry.
okay.
Should have acknowledged that.
No, I'm telling you, it's because she can move her legs freely, so that she can kick and run. Because if you're in a skirt, you can't do that.
What? A skirt is just as free as...
No, you gotta hike the skirt up
Why?
because it like restricts your movement.
Not like a pencil skirt, something with pleats.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. If you have a pleat, well
Yeah,
then
battle skirt.
But then at that point, you're like showing everybody your underwear.
You could have woven What did... That was inside of her vagina. I think you have Kevlar plated mini skirt, tacta skirt. That's way cooler. And then you get to look like a Catholic schoolgirl.
I don't know. That's what she wants to look like. Does she want to look like a Catholic schoolgirl?
She looks like
fighting
whatever I
crime?
want her to. She's mine.
No, she's not.
I own her.
No, you don't.
She's
well,
everything I need her to be.
I don't think you understand what an anime or television show is.
Bullshit. I paid $50 for my statue and I make it do whatever I want.
Well, we've been talking for an hour and a half, and you gotta go home.
Yeah, that's true.
I
gotta eat dinner.
I'm not, and again, you can talk for as long as you want. If you want a monologue here for the next 20 minutes, you can, or we can stop.
Nah, we can stop. That's
Okay,
cool.
all
Yeah,
right.
I got stuff to do. Yeah, I'm going down to Anaheim tomorrow for BlizzCon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stuff a lot of poster tubes with Steph. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, you gonna help her?
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm there for. She's always had my back at like RTX and stuff. So I'm glad I get to return the favor.
Are you gonna stream from there, like with your phone, or no? You don't have to. I was just
That's a
asking.
good idea, huh?
I was just asking.
Make that content.
I would imagine that you can.
Make that tent.
Probably.
Sling that tent.
Why not?
Why not? Maybe.
I
I don't know. I feel like. I guess
you
there are
guys have
signs up.
phones?
Oh yeah, no, I literally do. Now, I guess there are signs up that are like, if you're entering the space, you're going to be on camera. But I do feel like it's a weird. I'm not okay. I get that it's like a norm, but I feel like it's weird to just stream in public.
I mean, it can be. We just did it when we went to that. What's it called? The
Area
pumpkin
51
patch.
thing? Oh,
Well, the Area 51 too, but the pumpkin patch was fun. And
Yeah.
and it looks like you're just shooting video, but a bunch of people kind of like they give you like weird looks. But
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
That's where society's going, and I think people are just gonna have to get used to it. But I feel weird thinking that like
I get it.
I might be recording somebody's kid, and they probably wouldn't be cool with that.
That makes you're right. I totally understand.
So yeah, I'll just go into the bathroom. It's private in there.
Stream from the bathroom, just
I
like
like-
Dr. Disrespect.
I'll lock myself in a stall so no one fucks with me. And I'll just stay in there for like an hour, just mumbling into my phone. That won't be weird. That won't be weird.
And then also, you're going to show us Diablo 4. It happens every fucking night. Giant fire trucks come through because someone dies.
Yeah, I worry that like the elderly in this building, they're dropping like flies.
Does it really need 2 fire trucks? There are no fires in this complex right now.
Do your downstairs neighbors still like blast the TV?
Well, you know why, right?
Because they're old and can't hear?
He's basically deaf.
Oh, okay.
He's basically deaf. And actually, he's a very nice man. So I was like, oh, he's deaf. I don't care.
Yeah, it's fine.
I feel bad. And to be honest with you, the best downstairs neighbor to have in the world is someone who's deaf. You can do whatever you want.
That's a really, really good point.
You can do whatever you want.
Man, excellent.
So I've found the good in that. Anyways,
hopefully he's okay.
he's fine.
Anyway,
well,
bathroom stream at BlizzCon. Hope you guys tune into that.
have fun at BlizzCon, Lawrence.
I'm going to be carrying around 2 energy drinks. That's my brand, so you know who I am, TM Pog.
I don't know if that's really good for your
Pogger.
ulcer, but
F for my ulcer.
not good for your ulcer.
F for my liver.
All right, bye, YouTube.
See you guys.